An 800% increase in impressions. Today's topic of discussion is going to be sell similar. Does it work on eBay? I recently went to eBay headquarters and there was a lot of debate about whether or not you should do sell similar. If you're a new eBayer, let me kind of break down what this means, and then I'm going to get into, I ran an A/B testing. I tried it out on some of my items, and I'm going to show you what happened. It's pretty exciting. So, sell similar is, there's relisting, which means every month you can relist old items, but then there is sell similar, and that is going to be ending old items and putting them new. I have done a video on what I learned at eBay headquarters. I will link it up here, where there's a lot of thought that goes into what I heard at eBay headquarters and kind of some reasons why this does not work. Essentially what this is doing is ending the item and giving it a new order number, a new item, not order, they haven't ordered it, a new item number, which some say refreshes your item, puts it back in search, and kind of puts it up at the top. However, the debate in this is, the other side of that is, you don't want to do it too soon, because two reasons. One, eBay can only push so many items to Google search every day, every week, however often they do it. They can only do it so much. So if you end an item, it is no longer in Google search. If you re-put that up on eBay the same day, it is going to take some time to get to Google search. And if you're getting traffic on these items from Google search, you are no longer going to get that on the new item until it makes it to Google search. I couldn't get eBay to commit to a time on how long it would take, but they did say that is a thing, and it does take time to get there. The other thing is if your item is performing well on eBay's backend algorithm, you are losing all of that data. So you may not actually be getting as many impressions as you thought you were going to get, because it's now a new item and eBay doesn't really have the information to know how that item is performing. For example, let's say you have an item that's a quantity of 4 and you've sold 2 of those items. So eBay's like, hey, we've had, the backend algorithm, it's really smart. It's like, hey, we've had this item, we're showing it to people. It's converted 50% of the time that we are showing it. We're going to keep showing it to people because it is performing. Now, if you have an item, and this is what I did for my sell similar, I'm going to walk you through the testing that I did. This is what I did, and I'm going to show you how I know that it worked. So I went through and I said, hey, anything that I've had since 2021. So if I've had it for more than a year, and I went in, because I want to do A/B testing, which means that I don't want to do everything, because I'm not going to be able to know if it's from sell similar or if it's from something else. So I picked items that were a year older in categories such as winter type categories, jackets, sweaters, and jeans that were a year older. I ended them because now it's coming into the new season. I want them to kind of be up at the top, because after a year, eBay has said, hey, this item isn't performing, it's not converting. But now if I do it to the top in the season, I'm hoping that it'll get it to the top. So I went through 3 different categories and went ahead and increased or ended them. Anything that was a year older, I ended them and I sold similar to see if it actually works. So let's take a look at the data. We are in, if you guys are new to the channel, I don't tell you what to do. I tell you how to try things and figure out if they work for you. So I'm interested to see what you guys do with sell similar and how your data looks, what works for you based off of your data. Let me know down below if you use the sell similar strategy and if it works for you, or if you prefer not to, what time frame. I love all the different strategies so that I can try different things out and other people can as well. So in Seller Hub, I'm on performance, I'm on summary, and you can come down here and come over to your traffic tab. If you guys don't know what all of this means, I'm going to link a video up above where I go really in depth into the data and metrics and what they mean. I also have if you're in my membership group, you get a free download of eBay metrics where it goes through and says, hey, this is what impressions mean. If your impressions are down, this is what you do. Hey, this is what page views means. If your page views are down, this is what you do. So if you're a member, you can join down below. If you're a member, that is one of the perks. There's lots of other perks. That is one of the perks, is you get that free downloadable, as well as like a course and exclusive lives, exclusive content. But so over here you can see on the traffic, I'm down 16%. So if you just quickly look at that, you're like, why would my impressions be down? So an impression is when someone sees it. And in theory, if I'm ending items and I'm increasing their impressions, right? I ended them and then I'm hoping that they're getting seen more frequently. My impressions should be up. The thing with this is oftentimes your impressions are up, one, because you have better things, more people are looking at them. But if you start listing more items, you're going to have more things for people to see and it's going to increase your impressions. So for me, I think it's strictly because I'm not listing more new items, although it's impressions from sell similar. But we're going to dig deeper into this. But you can see here, so impressions being down, it's not terrible if everything else is green, because it means I'm making more sales. Ultimate goal, friends. Ultimate goal is making more sales. My page views are up. My click-through rate is up. My sales conversion rate is up. So I'm going to click on this and we're going to look. So I'm looking at a month. And the reason that I'm looking at a month is I want to see, so at the beginning of September is when I did this, but I really want to see if I'm noticing a trend in my impressions increasing, which is another reason that you may see that my impressions are down, because the beginning of the month I was not doing this. However, like I said, what matters is this increase in 27%, right? That's what really truly matters. So we're going to scroll down, and this is, so keep in mind we're on performance and on the traffic tab. You can change this if you want to. That's why I'm looking at it. My impressions are down, but if we go ahead and scroll down, what's driving the decrease in impressions? And it's from my promoted listings. My promoted listings impressions are down. So maybe that's a different video and a different thing I need to be looking at, but promoted listings I'm paying for. So in theory, I want my organic impressions to be up, because those are things that I'm paying less, which means my net is going to be higher. That's ideal, right? Like if one impression is going to go up, I definitely want it to be organic. People are seeing these naturally, which makes sense. I ended 200 listings and now I have impressions on these new listings. They're new categories, they're new listings. We're going to dig even deeper and look at those individual ones and see if the ones that I ended and sold similar are actually what's driving this. So my overall impressions are down. This is where you guys have to know your data and dig a little bit deeper, because you would say, hey, sell similar didn't work, my impressions are down. But when you dig deeper, and we're going to dig even deeper, you see that my organic impressions are going up. And if you look here, so towards the beginning of the month, you can see I am seeing an increase, right? And it takes a little bit of time, right, to get into it, but I'm seeing an increase. I'm now at impressions higher than I was last year. So the little straight line is my time period, the previous time period. So this is not last year, my bad, the last 30 days. So these are my impressions for the last 30 days. You have the promoted listings impressions are the green, the blue is going to be organic. And you can see as time goes on, I'm getting more and more impressions for organic. Let's see if it's the sell similar that is driving it. The other thing, actually, before we go to the sell similar, the rest of search slot, this one is up 30%. This is the total number of impressions you listed got from 21 or later search results. An impression counts when a link of your listing appears on eBay and the buyer is one click away from them, right? That's what you want it to be. A non-search impression is the impression your listing got outside of search. So what this is essentially saying is promoted versus search, right? Promoted is going to put your items in different places on eBay, and what my promoted is down 20%, which for me is fine because I'm not paying. My sales are up, and my organic sales are up because it's coming up in search. So these new items are coming up. These items that I ended sell similar are coming up in search. So let's go ahead and scroll down just a little bit more. My external sites is up 3.1%, which is going to be like Google and stuff like that. Quantity sold is up. Now you can go in and look at your active listings and see, I know which ones I ended, so I'm going to go ahead and take a look at them. This one is one, no, I did not end that. This is one that I ended 800%. It increased 800%. This is one that you want to be mindful of. I have 4 of these available, so I would not end this within a month or 2 if it's not selling. I would want to keep, once this data really starts going down, this is my new strategy. Once data really starts going down in some of these, then maybe I would do it. I'm thinking a year, but let me know what you guys do. This is a new strategy for me. I'm really excited because I do think it's working. Look at this. This is another one I ended 225% down, up. It's up 400% in promoted listings, so it's being promoted even more in promoted listings. That's a new item. That's not one. This is one that I ended 126%. It's up. This is the same one in a different size. 166%. It's up. Promoted listings is down. Promoted listings it's down. For the sake of this video and this strategy, I'm actually okay with promoted listings being down. I don't want to spend more money. Right? If my sales are up, I'm fine with that. That's a short. This one is one that I ended up 1.8%, not huge. This is one that I ended 135%. That's not one that I ended. This would be one that I ended up 27%. This would be one that I ended down 25%. So that's interesting. But of all the ones that I've ended, the majority of them, they are driving this increase for sure. Up 116%, that's one that I ended. So I do think that I am definitely going to keep this sell similar in my strategy. It's absolutely increasing my organic traffic, which means that I'm paying less money for it to sell. However, like I said before, I'm going to wait. Probably because I'm in a seasonal business, I'm going to rate the full year. So if things haven't sold in a full year and it's coming on winter, I'm going to go in and sell similar old items that are a year old and get them to rank higher again to increase my impressions and ultimately increase my traffic. If you like this video, YouTube thinks that you like this video, I will link a playlist here of how to make money reselling. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you want exclusive content and you want exclusive lives and discount on your dashboards and you get free seller courses and lots of stuff if you join my membership, the link is down below.